But is it really ready for the real world? The biggest concern is the elements. A strong gust of wind or a sudden shift of light might distort the projected image on the cloak, destroying the illusion of invisibility. November 1st, 2008. Just outside Dr. Tachi's lab, a crew prepares the cloak for this crucial experiment. But after hours of painstaking setup, Dr. Tachi arrives for the test and doesn't like what he sees. He wants the cloaking apparatus completely torn down and reset. Doubts start to creep in. Maybe the technology isn't up to the demands of the outside world. Finally, Dr. Tachi says he's ready. But will the cloak work? Years of R&D and Dr. Tachi's reputation are about to be put on the line.
Our interest was to incorporate the information space neatly into the natural world. It was our ambition to enhance the human lives by doing that.
On goes the camera, and a brave new world comes into view.
This device should be used to enrich people's lives rather than for military use. We continue our research day and night, thinking it is very important to care if what we are doing is really helping people.
This is just a mock-up of things to come. Invisibility technology will certainly be used to make tanks, planes, and missiles vanish from sight. Metamaterials can already deflect microwaves. Dr. Zhang has used his own metamaterials to make microscopic particles invisible. So how close are we to having a real working cloaking device? Closer than imagined. According to a recent published article, Professor Smith thinks the technology could be available within 6 months.
If you think about H.G. Wells' story, The Invisible Man, the invisibility potion that he came up with was not intended as a way of doing harm, but the temptation to do evil, the temptation to do something that would otherwise have been prohibited, otherwise would have been considered wrong, just became overwhelming.
Now that science has caught up with science fiction, and we have the technology to make things vanish, can invisibility and humans exist in harmony? Or will our ability to disappear ultimately lead to our final apocalyptic vanishing act?
I think it's kind of unnerving that someday we might have the sorts of technologies that would make it possible for almost anybody to disappear from view. Would governments be spying on their citizens? Could criminals of the future use invisibility cloaks so that they could jump out on unsuspecting prey? I think it was Peter Parker, the Amazing Spider-Man, who once said, "With great power must come great responsibility." Is society ready to handle invisibility? Is it ready to deal with all the kinds of problems that might arise?
I think we will see invisibility technology in the near future. There may be things that we're doing now that at the moment we can't even conceive of.